Hello and welcome to Elevated Mindset. Have you ever wondered why some people seem to effortlessly achieve massive goals while others struggle to make any progress at all? The answer might surprise you. It's not about willpower, talent, or even motivation. It's about understanding a simple psychological principle that turns tiny actions into unstoppable momentum. What I'm about to share with you has helped thousands of people transform their lives. And by the end of this video, you'll have a complete roadmap to harness this power for yourself. This is the Snowball strategy, and it's going to change everything about how you approach your goals. Let me start with a story that perfectly illustrates this concept. There was once a man who wanted to lose 50 pounds. He tried every diet, every workout program, every motivational technique you can imagine. Nothing worked. He'd start strong for a few days, maybe even a few weeks, but eventually he'd burn out and give up. Then something changed. Instead of trying to overhaul his entire life overnight, he decided to do something ridiculously simple. He committed to doing just one push-up every single day. That's it, one push-up. His friends laughed at him. His family thought he'd given up on his weight loss dreams entirely. But here's what happened. After doing one push-up for a week, he naturally started doing 2, then 3. Within a month, he was doing 20 push-ups without even thinking about it. The habit had taken root. 6 months later, he was running daily, eating healthy meals, and had lost 35 pounds. All because he started with one push-up. This is the Snowball strategy in action, and it's backed by decades of psychological research. When we experience small wins, our brains release dopamine, the same neurotransmitter associated with pleasure and reward. This creates a positive feedback loop that makes us want to continue the behavior. There's more to it than just brain chemistry. Small wins also build what psychologists call self-efficacy, which is essentially your belief in your ability to succeed. Every time you accomplish something, no matter how small, you're proving to yourself that you can follow through on commitments. This builds confidence and momentum that carries over into bigger challenges. Think about it this way. If you told yourself you were going to run a marathon tomorrow and you haven't run in years, what would happen? You'd probably fail, feel terrible about yourself, and be less likely to try again. But if you told yourself you were going to walk around the block once, you'd probably succeed. That success makes you more likely to walk around the block again tomorrow. The beauty of the Snowball strategy lies in its compound effect. Just like a snowball rolling down a hill gets bigger and faster, small consistent actions build upon themselves until they become powerful forces of change. But here's where most people go wrong. They focus on the outcome instead of the process. Let me give you the exact framework I use with my clients to implement this strategy effectively. I call it the micro method, and it consists of 5 essential components that will guarantee your success if you follow them correctly. The M stands for minimal. Your starting action needs to be so small that it feels almost silly not to do it. We're talking about actions that take less than 2 minutes and require virtually no willpower. If you want to start meditating, don't commit to 20 minutes a day. Commit to taking 3 deep breaths. If you want to start writing, don't commit to 1,000 words. Commit to writing 1 sentence. The I stands for immediate. You need to see results or feel satisfaction immediately after completing the action. This is crucial for the dopamine response that creates the positive feedback loop. Choose actions that give you an instant sense of accomplishment, no matter how small. The C stands for consistent. This is perhaps the most important element. You must commit to doing your small action every single day, without exception. Consistency beats intensity every single time. It's better to do 1 push-up every day for a year than to do 100 push-ups once a month. The R stands for recordable. You need a simple way to track your progress. This could be as simple as marking an X on a calendar or using a habit tracking app. The act of recording your progress creates additional satisfaction and helps you maintain your streak. The O stands for obvious. Your new habit should be tied to an existing routine or trigger that already happens automatically in your life. Maybe you do your 1 push-up right after you brush your teeth, or you write your 1 sentence right after you pour your morning coffee. Now let me show you how to apply this framework to different areas of your life. If your goal is to get in better shape, don't start by planning elaborate workout routines. Start by doing 10 jumping jacks every morning right after you get out of bed. If your goal is to learn a new language, don't download a comprehensive course. Commit to learning just one new word each day and using it in a sentence. If you want to improve your relationships, don't plan grand gestures. Commit to sending one genuine compliment to someone in your life each day. If you want to build a business, don't start by creating a complex business plan. Commit to writing down one business idea every morning with your coffee. The key is to make the action so small that your brain doesn't perceive it as a threat or challenge. When we try to change too much too fast, our brains activate what's called the amygdala hijack, which triggers our fight or flight response. This makes change feel stressful and unsustainable. But here's something most people don't realize about small wins. They don't just build momentum for the specific habit you're working on. They create what researchers call a success spiral that impacts every area of your life. When you consistently follow through on small commitments to yourself, you develop what I call success confidence. This confidence then transfers to other areas of your life. People who successfully implement the snowball strategy often report improvements in their work performance, relationships, and overall sense of well-being, even when these areas weren't directly targeted by their small habits. Let me share another powerful aspect of this strategy. Small wins help you identify what actually works for your unique situation and personality. When you start small, you can experiment and adjust without the pressure of major commitment. Maybe morning workouts don't work for you, but evening ones do. Maybe writing works better than reading for learning. Small experiments let you discover your optimal approach. There's also a psychological phenomenon called the Zeigarnik effect, which means our brains have a tendency to remember incomplete tasks better than completed ones. When you start with small actions, you're essentially creating an open loop in your mind that wants to be completed. This natural psychological tension works in your favor, making you more likely to continue and expand your efforts. But I want to address a common concern people have about this approach. They worry that starting small means they'll never achieve big things. This is completely backwards thinking. The people who achieve the biggest transformations are almost always the ones who master the art of consistent small actions. Consider the most successful people in any field. They didn't get there through occasional bursts of massive effort. They got there through daily, consistent practices that compound over time. The novelist who writes 500 words every day will finish more books than the one who waits for inspiration to write 5,000 words occasionally. Here's a crucial tip for maximizing the effectiveness of your small wins. Celebrate them properly. This doesn't mean throwing a party every time you do a push-up, but it does mean taking a moment to acknowledge what you've accomplished. Say something positive to yourself, do a little victory dance, or simply take a moment to feel satisfied. This celebration reinforces the positive feedback loop and makes your brain more likely to want to repeat the behavior. Many people skip this step because they think small actions don't deserve celebration, but this is exactly backwards. The smaller the action, the more important the celebration becomes. As your small habits become automatic, you'll naturally want to expand them. This is the snowball effect in action. The key is to resist the temptation to expand too quickly. When you feel ready to do more, increase your habit by the smallest possible increment. If you've been doing one push-up, go to 2, not 10. This gradual expansion maintains the psychological benefits of small wins while building substantial momentum over time. Within a few months, you'll be amazed at how much progress you can make without ever feeling overwhelmed or burned out. The snowball strategy isn't just a productivity technique. It's a complete mindset shift that changes how you approach challenges and goals. Instead of seeing big dreams as overwhelming mountains to climb, you start seeing them as collections of small, manageable steps. This shift alone can transform your relationship with success and failure. When your focus is on small daily actions rather than distant outcomes, you become much more resilient to setbacks and much more consistent in your efforts. Remember, the goal isn't to stay small forever. The goal is to use small wins as a launching pad for bigger achievements. By starting small and staying consistent, you build the foundation of habits, confidence, and momentum that make extraordinary achievements not just possible, but inevitable. Your journey to any significant goal starts with a single small step taken today. Choose your one small action. Commit to it completely, and watch as it transforms into something far greater than you ever imagined possible. The snowball is waiting to roll. Subscribe to our channel for more insightful content. Don't forget to like and share this video with friends who might benefit from these strategies. If you enjoyed this video and found it informational, drop a comment below, letting us know your thoughts. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.